Okay, I am joined, nice to say, in the studio by Geoff Priestley.
Good evening.
And your official title, Geoff?
Let's go with General Manager of the Wedgewood Rooms. Let's do that one.
General Manager. I've got JB in the studio a couple of days early.
Hello.
We'll get into the icebreaker thing. I caught it in the papers last week. There was a major announcement, that you obviously saw it, of the national music venues saying how many local music venues have been shutting over the last year.
Yeah.
I know the Wedgewood Rooms is a massive success story. Not really affected you, or has it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's interesting. I think so. The report you're on about is the Music Venues Trust report.
Yeah, that was
and
it.
I think the last year wasn't so bad. I think the nation only lost 8 music venues last year, as opposed to the 125, I believe, the year before. I think, what did you say? The interesting fact is 53% of live music venues don't make a profit. I mean, it's a matter of public record. The year of the report, we were one of those. We had a better year the following year, but it's always about walking a fine line.
Is it obviously down to the budgets of Rachel Reeve? I know they've announced today with pubs and etc. Will that affect you? Will you get?
It does specifically mention music venues. So I was looking at. So this year my rates have gone up 140% because they took away the hospitality thing that was a runoff from lockdown. They were due to go up. They can only go up 15% next year. So mine were due to go up 15% last year. I've read the announcement they've just made. It says they're giving you 50% discount. So in theory, my rate should remain the same. And also, from what I read, the next 2 years you won't get an increase. So long term, that's helpful. I mean, short term, it's painful, or it has been painful. It's a little bit more painful. But at the end of the day, you have to pay your rates to get services, don't you?
Yeah. They put it this way, they've not made it very easy for hospitality this year. And it's a business that I used to be in as a manager and as a DJ and everything else. So I know what you face. I think the Wedgewood Room has got a history that is stacked, is it not?
Yeah, it does. And we have a lot of support, and we have a lot of people that support us and come to gigs and whatever. And my shout out is always, we will be there as long as people keep coming to what we're putting on.
And it is. I mean, obviously, when I do with a lot of the What's On guide, you go down and I get round to the sort of comedy that you do most Fridays. And that's always sold out. You go through all the other gigs, you get, I think, quite a high standard of national bands as well.
Yeah, we do. I mean, again, if you want to refer back to Music Venues Trust, actually there are less bands touring and the tours they're doing are smaller, so getting high standard bands in is harder, but it is doable. The fact we've been around for a long time and have a reputation, and we work with people that have been involved with the venue for a long time, means that we booked that trend a little bit. Getting bands to play Portsmouth has always been hard work, but we're still cracking on at it. Because
outside of, say, the Guildhall and a couple of other venues, you're probably one of the main music venues in the town.
There's one other venue, which is smaller than us, but we're the only venue that's a dedicated live music venue. We're not a pub. We don't open unless we're putting something on. So, yes, we're it.
We're it. Right, we're gonna play a track by Jerry Williams, who's appearing at Icebreaker.
She is indeed. She's a headliner for this year.
And then
looks incredible.
On the Wedge stage.
On the Wedge stage, no less.
And then we'll be back with Jon Brown.
By all means.
He's coming early. Local recording artist Jerry Williams. Grab life, and as Jon already said, a headliner. And over to you, Jon.
Headliner at this year's Icebreaker Festival 2026. Can you believe that it's this Saturday? Can you believe it's this Saturday? Geoff, I did want to ask you about something we were just talking about off air, in that obviously this is your 12th, I want to say 12th, is that right? 12th Icebreaker now?
Icebreakers?
I think it is now, isn't it?
12, yeah.
12, I think it is 12. I can literally So Mike's probably texting me now going, it's 12.
Well,
it's 12. So you remember the first ice break, but also you were telling me about how you remember festival director Mike Hartley from a very long time ago, don't you?
Yeah, we go back a long way. Mike, I first met Mike when he was a drummer in the band. And then, I don't know why we got on, but we did. And then Mike then moved from... He's going to hate me for this. Mike then moved from playing in bands to actually putting gigs on. He used to be Pilot Promotions, I think he was. So we used to help him do that, because that's my job. And then one day he comes to me with Icebreaker, which is a crazy idea, but it works. It's good.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
The rest, as they say, is history, yeah.
12 icebreakers later. What, in terms of, as a venue and as someone that's heavily involved with the festival, what does that festival mean to you as a venue?
It's great. I mean, lots of different things. So it's a nice kickstart to getting through January, which is always a good thing. I like the fact that it's predominantly bands from Portsmouth area. Or slightly surrounding, and I don't get out much, funnily enough. So it's quite nice. It's quite nice for people, somebody to bring those bands into the building so we can have a look at them, because we don't have huge amounts of support slots, but they do happen. So if we've seen the band and we know what they're like, it helps for that. I mean, I love it because there's been a couple of years where I'll grab a pass off Mike and I'll go and have a wander round, and I like that. I like that, walking into a different venue and seeing how it works, but also just finding a band I don't know, and that's always the thing for me. It's finding bands you don't know, and what Icebreaker does is gives everybody that focus to go and look for bands they don't know, because there'll be something for everywhere somewhere. I mean, you might walk into a venue and not like what's going off there, but there's a venue within spitting distance where you might like it, so it gives you a chance to sample accordingly. There's a Spotify playlist, I think, with most of the artists on, which is worth a listen.
Yeah, do that. Check that out. It's very, very good. Also, I wanted to ask about, obviously, the Wedge is hosting the newest feature for this year's edition, which is, of course, is the Juniors. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, Icebreaker Junior. That came from a conversation, the last Icebreaker, quite late at night, between Mike and myself, about whether we could do it. Because, obviously, the reason Icebreaker's over 18 only is because a lot of the licenses of some of the venues are over 18. So the specifications always been it has to be an over 18 venue. Now, we're not an over 18s venue, we're an all ages venue. So we tried to work out a way where we could encourage new artists, give them a taste of being part of the festival, get their friends to come and see them. So again, because it's not just the age of the artist, it's the age of the people that want to come and see them, and give them a taste of the festival. And also introduce some brand new bands, and it's my favourite part of this year. I shouldn't say that, obviously, but I think it's a great addition, and it's good that, I mean, I know some of the acts on there, and they're great acts, and to be held back just because you're 17 and a half at this point, it's not a good thing. So obviously what we're doing is we're hosting that in the afternoon, and then the Wedge will close for a period, and then we'll rejoin the rest of the festival.
Yes.
The joy of this is if people know the bands want to just come and see those bands, they can just get a ticket from us and do that. But also people with Icebreaker wristbands can also come and see that. Because we're I think there's us and the Deco open at 12, so we're only one of two stages, and we're doing the ticket swap and wristbanding part of that this year, so you might as well come and get your wristband early and come in and see what Portsmouth's future has to offer.
If people want to get a wristband, John, where do they go now?
You can go to the Icebreaker Festival website. Everything you could possibly want is there. Tickets are still available. Get them quick though, because it's looking busy, and also everything, including this very interview and all the interviews so far, are also up there as well on the Icebreaker YouTube channel.
A lot of what you've just said is true, and I'm probably going back to the I Love Southsea Day. I Love Albert Road Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was that, or Southsea Fest as well was the other thing.
Yeah, I remember sat in the King's Theatre with 40 people watching a young guy playing a guitar called George Esri. And
George Esri, yeah.
And I sat there thinking, someone should sign this guy.
And lo and behold, somebody did.
And it's only since I've been on the station for a couple of years that I've realised the strength of local artists and how strong we are in all genres of music. And I think it's a lot to do with Icebreaker. It's a lot to do with, funnily enough, started last year, the local Portsmouth Artists Awards that
the Music Awards,
Portsmouth Music Awards,
and the local stages at Victorious.
Jeff got an award there, didn't you, sir?
Yeah,
Yes,
we got Best Venue Award, which I'm very proud of.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Probably get it again this year, Jeff.
Yeah, I think so, especially after Icebreaker.
I don't know. We're never complacent.
Anyway, I hope you have a great Saturday, and everything runs smoothly for you.
It'll be fine.
Of course it will be. An experienced man like yourself, you take it in your stride.
Well, all the hard work's done before the day.
That's
all
true.
The planning. The stuff that Mike's done in the background is what makes it happen.
It's just getting bands on and off.
Yeah, we can do that.
And make sure you got enough beer on the pumps.
Yeah, we can do that too.
Jeff, thanks for coming in this afternoon. It's been a pleasure to meet you again, and I wish you all the success for the future.
Right. Cheers, thank you.
Thank you, Jon.
Thank you, sir.